morning, everyone. Just trying to fix this out because it looks like it's slightly tilted. I'll just wait for everyone to get on. Oh, I'm happy with that. That's better. That's better. Alrighty, we are at Wednesday already. I'm just going to wait just for a moment or two for everyone to jump on board. Those who might already be ready, you might grab you might not need a ball, but if you've got it, awesome, just bring it anyway. A band, and you're definitely going to use the Pilates circle. I definitely would suggest that if you don't have a Pilates circle, then you can use the ball. Okay, you can definitely use the ball. So we'll just wait for a moment. We're right on. Oh, our bar's much. We'll obviously also need our little foot therapy balls as well. So if you've got those, grab a little yoga chin-up ball. We can get ready. We can get started. And place the ball underneath the base of the big toe. Maybe if you jump in, I know people might be a little bit late. They jump in a little bit later. You always know that we start with this ball underneath the foot here. So we can begin to obviously help stretch the back body. And once we get that back body a little bit stretched and open, then we also get to notice that this foot begins to feel more, shall I say, spacious. It starts to get this feeling as though it can easily find its way onto the floor. Let's start onto that inner arch of the foot. It's really nice to release this foot. You don't realise how much tension is actually in your foot until you start to play around with it with this ball. Nice. Let's come into that arch of the foot. It's funny because we have two sets of balls here at home. So we've got these yoga chin-up balls, but we also have one of the original balls that I was trained in, which is called the Trigger Point. It was a trigger point training program, and it looked at, they called them trigger points, using a particular ball, and it was a trademarked ball. I think I showed you I had it out the other day. It's on the coffee table, down to heel, and it's really, really hard compared to, say, these yoga chin-up balls. And these yoga chin-up balls have got some give, but it's a nice amount of give. They're not too sloppy, but they're also not too. It's not too hard, so it just gives the body that chance to not go into shock. Good change feet. So if you didn't have them, that's all right. You know that my next recommendation would be to use a tennis ball. And don't forget May, for the month of May, so it'll start next Wednesday. We've got on our yoga page, so for our yoga community, we've got roll and release, so like a whole 1 hour class using this ball to release through the shoulders and neck, jaw, back. Hips are a big one. People always love the hip one. So if you're interested in just doing that, then you also get all of the yoga for that month for free as well, which is 5 yoga classes. Good down the end. Down to that outer edge. And there's a few people who said to me, look, you know what, I just want to do the roll and release, but the fact that I get all the yoga in with it as well, to be able to do all those yoga classes on top of my Pilates is an awesome bonus. Because normally you'd only get the roll and release class for that $70 for the month. So to get all the classes as well is a little added bonus. It's the joy of being online, isn't it? Yes, you can get so much more bang for your buck because of the fact that we don't have to worry about space. Good. When you're ready, down to that heel, and we are almost done. Now, if you didn't have a Pilates circle, that's all okay. You could grab a ball. You could grab your ball. Excellent. Feet are done and released. Grab your Pilates circle. Okay. Again, if you don't have your circle, it's okay. You can do it with the ball. I will show you it via the ball, but I've got this balance which is happening because I've started to engage the core. Now we've done about 4 weeks of it, and we should already know how to get that sort of set action of the navel pulling subtly in towards the spine. Even if you're just new to Pilates, we know that balance always comes from this engagement of the deeper belly muscles, and amongst other things. Hence the reason for this foot releasing, because I've got this expansive foot now that I can balance on. And the other thing that can be really helpful if you think, you know what, I'm a little bit like this, then keep your gaze very, very still. Okay? Look down at something on the floor, find something that will just allow your vision to be very, very still. When your vision is everywhere and you're looking around the room and checking everything out, I'll guarantee you that your balance will be compromised. A few factors to all of this: core and focus, and a nice stable foot. Yep, last two. We get to switch this ball to the side. So you go with your circle if you have it. Let's say I have a ball, or I don't even have a ball, I have a balloon. I've still got this idea of balancing on one foot and pressing down through the other foot. Okay, so ball under one foot, or I've got my circle, my Pilates circle, and I've still got to keep this vision, this stillness in my vision as I keep that balance. I keep thinking about this foot on the floor and watching that I'm not loading down in the ankle. Let's get another 5 gentle presses. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Alrighty. Remove the ball. You're going to still stay standing for me. You have 2 options in this. You could use your circle, or you could use a band. I'm really not fast. If you've got your circle, you're going to step through it. We're just going to do a squat. So for example, if I didn't have a circle, get your ball and put it between your knees for me. Same idea. You'll have a wider stance, my people that have stepped through a circle, because the circle is obviously much wider than our hips. And if that's the case, you're going to have feet slightly turned out. The people who've got a ball between their legs, you'll have your feet directly forward for me. Either way, we're sitting and standing. Hands can sit on your hips. Hands can sit across your chest. I'm just looking at my legs and I'm just watching that my knees aren't collapsing in. And pretty much we always say that the angle of the thigh, I'm just checking that it's right, that the angle of my thigh is very similar to the angle of my foot. In other words, I'm not sort of dropping in here. And I say that because it's really important to protect your knees. Okay. And you can see that the weight sits out the back here. So I'm not doing this. Okay. I'm actually sitting in a chair, so I imagine there's a stool behind and I've got my butt sticking out and it's going to sit down. Okay. So I'm literally bending from the knees. I'm doing nothing here with my hips. My hips are coming with us, and I say that because it's not this action. So I'm not sort of thrusting through the front, or I'm not dropping my knees through the front. I'm consciously thinking, okay, if I was to sit at the dining table, sit down in my chair, how would I do it? This is exactly how I would do it. So any kind of squatting action requires weight to be in your heels, okay, not in your toes. And I always say to you, if you can squiggle your toes up and wriggle them, then I'm happy with that. It means that your weight is there in your heels. You wouldn't be able to do it otherwise. You wouldn't be able to wriggle your toes. Okay, let's get 4 more. Yep, 3. Here's your workout for today. 2. Nice strong legs, butts are working, hammies are working, and we're done. So it's just more of a warm up for the legs. You start to get them slightly activated and get that energy flow with them. Come down towards the floor. You will still need your apparatus, be it circle, as I said, or ball, you choose. Let's get neutral spine and pelvis. And that starts us off. So we know that neutral spine comes when we put everything into alignment. Here my ankles, my knees and my hips all sit on the same sort of, they're all plugged on the same line. Set up those shoulders as well. First, pop them down away from the ears, roll the shoulders back into the mat. Get those shoulders out from underneath you as well. Sometimes I even find my shoulder blades all want to scrunch up together here and create tensions. My goal here is to get a little bit of width across my back. Alright, good to go. Rock back, rock forward, rock back, rock forward. And the pelvis tilts forward and back here. You can already start to feel some work going on here in this belly as we get that tip back action. contraction. You might like to find halfway when you are ready. So I always often think it's a little bit like if I was on a seesaw and I was sort of going up and down, then I wanted to have that seesaw straight. It's exactly what I'm looking for here, this neutrality in the pelvis. So it's not, so my back's not flat, my back's not arched. It's just sitting happy, right bang smack in the middle. Knowing that if I was to look at the spine, so if you go to the physio and you see the skeleton, and you look at the curvature of the spine curves in at the back, at the base. Okay, what we call the lumbar curve, and then it curves outwards again as it goes into the thoracic. That's your ribs. Okay, it goes back in. That's obvious behind your neck. Goes back out again here at the head. So there's lots of curves in the spine, and all we want to make sure of is that we're not deviating too much from those. We're trying to keep the body in its own neutral place. It's different for you, different for me. Alrighty, get ready for the breath. Inhale. Off we go. Exhale, sinking navel to spine. Draw the belly in. Relax the glutes and the hammies. And then just relax. Exhale, we work. Sinking navel to spine and contracting the abdominals. Letting that go on the inhale. And if you can, on the next few, let's go navel down, but waist cinching in. So imagine that you had a drawstring around your waist, and you were trying to pull your waist in like a pair of trousers, drawing the string, the drawstring in and relaxing. And you give me a few more of these as we start to get that idea. We call it the body-brain connection. Okay, so as soon as my brain says, inhale, body knows, I can relax. Every time my brain goes, exhale, it goes, oops, I know what I need to do now. I need to contract these abs. This happens with repetition. Okay, that's why we always start with it. We always kind of remind the brain, okay, whilst we're here, that's what you got to do. And then you're all good and ready to go up into a pelvic curl, tilt the pelvis back, peel the spine off the mat, super slow. Okay, hold it at the top of that lift. You will stop there to take that one breath in. So take it slow on the way down and don't let gravity rush you. Imprint each of those tiny, tiny vertebrae back into the mat. Rock back through. There's your neutral. You're ready to inhale. You reset. Okay. Exhale, come back up. Tilt back. Lift from your tailbone and peel slowly. These feet are pressing down to the floor. The belly is in, and then it lengthens so it's not so easy to pull the abs in. Inhale there. Exhale as you come back down, and it's about 3/4 of the way down. Now you start to feel your ability to kick in that core. Good. Let's go 2 more the same way. Exhale, tilt back. Lift from the tail first. Get that scoop of the belly. Peel off the mat slowly. Hold it at the top. Breathe it in. And here we go on the way down. Exhale, sinking slowly. Tailbone up for as long as we possibly can. Awesome. One last one. That's when we're going to bring in this circle. Inhale at the top of the left. Good, and you're ready to come down, nice and slow, don't rush it. Inch your way down, vertebrae by vertebrae, back to finding neutral. Alright, so if you have a circle, use it. If you don't, that's okay, grab your ball. Let's go stepping through, just like you did in your squatting. Let's say I didn't have this, I have my ball, go put the ball between your knees. Once again, if it's between your knees, you're squeezing inwards. If you're with me, we're squeezing outwards. Exhale, press out, use, so if you're going outwards, you can feel these lateral muscles, these side leg muscles working. It may mean for you that you don't have your feet in hip distance apart, and that's okay. If you wanted to work the lateral muscles, my suggestion would be is go into the wide feet position. Note, and because for example, if you didn't have, say, this circle, but you still wanted to work the outside leg muscles, wide feet and keep them extended out wide for me. Okay, put them on more of an angle so it activates more of the outer leg muscles. Awesome, let's go 4 more, tilt back, keep pressing out. Hold it there, inhale, keep the press going as we come back down. So either way, the contraction on the press only happens when we find neutral. Okay, when we go to work again, we're going out. We hold it there, we breathe in. We keep pressing out as we exhale and we lower down. Ease the spine back down there towards the floor. We rock back through, there's your neutral. and we remove the magic circle out from underneath, or sorry, out from between the legs, or the circle from between the knees. Feet are back into neutral. We always reconfirm, am I in that neutral place? Are my ribs on that floor? Are my ribs pulling inwards as opposed to me just doing this big spread of the chest? A little bit of the abdominals working here. Okay, here we go with our leg lifts. On the inhale, prepare, and then on the exhale, float the right leg up, stacking the knee of the hip. These are the really easy ones. Okay, remember we want to park here so we don't flatten the back. Good, breathing out. Breathe out. Actually, I should say breathe out. Let's breathe out for this one. Breathe out here. Inhale, control down. I'm starting this off easy and just getting the base movement. Again, that mind, body, brain, body connection. So it knows, okay, absolutely when I lift this leg, there's this pure stillness down here in the pelvis. I'm not trying to flatten the back. I'm not trying to push into the floor to lift up. It's like a little puppet on a string, the leg just lifts. Okay, nice easy one starts us off. When you come back to your right leg, breathe out to lift it. Stop and park it here. If you feel comfortable letting this left foot be in a tiptoe position, you don't have to have beautiful pointy ballerina toes. You can have just a light touch of this left foot on the floor. Go there for me. And we'll repeat on the same right leg, lifting and lowering. Okay, let's pull it up on the exhale. Exhale, pull, 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 stop and park. Inhale again, control down. If we find it's too hard, the foot just goes back on the floor. Exhale, pull, stop, park. Inhale, go down. We've got a few more. Exhale, control, 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 and stop. And then inhale. Use our last one. So the least amount of contact we have on this left foot, the more that we have to engage that deeper core. You're ready to switch to the other side. It'll only be the left leg lifting. The right can have that gentle toe tap. Inhale, tap that foot. Exhale, pull, 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 pull to park it. Inhale, smooth, steady, control down. Good. So consciously seeing what's going down there in this pelvis, feeling what's happening perhaps in the ribs. There is literally no contraction, nothing going on in this upper part of the body at all. It's really just this midsection that's contracting to float the leg with two more of this. We're done our little leg lifts. And one. Get ready to lower that left foot down towards the floor. Always when we get back down to here, just ask yourself, am I still in neutral? If I'm not, that's okay. Just reconfirm where it might be for you. If you have a band, we will also come to using the band. If not, that's okay. You don't have to use the band. Have it close by. We don't need it right this very second, but we are going to access it. I want us to find hip openers first up. So it's a breath out to raise the right leg. And watch we don't push down as we raise that left leg. Okay, keep that control. Back to your right leg, it opens. The hip opens out to the right. Good. And then we pull with this inner thigh back to center. We go with the left leg, we go out. Good. And we exhale and we pull back to center. Inhale and we use that deeper core, pelvic floor as we draw back and as we stop and as we park, and we inhale to go out to the left, nice and controlled, watching that this right side doesn't move and that I don't feel like I'm toppling over on that left side, and I'm not loading down with my arms. So I literally, if I wanted to challenge myself and see, what's going on in those arms, are they working? I could take the arms up there, up towards the ceiling. And when you finish on that left leg, we'll go back and we'll park the feet back down towards the floor. If you do have a band, use it for me. Let's say you don't, grab your ball for me if you have that. And if you don't, then you can use we'll use our hand. I wanted you to think that you're, with my band people, get it super tight. If we've got a ball, then that's okay. You're going to place the ball on the outside of your right leg and you're going to push against it. If not, you're going to use your hand and you're going to push against the resistance of your hand. Okay. So we're all pushing against some kind of resistance. Band people. Breathing in as you pull it out. Good, now you're gonna watch it on the exhale, it doesn't fling you in. Control it. Yeah, so we're pushing out, either against resistance or we're pushing it out against the tension in the band, and we're watching it not spring back in. So the control has to come on the way in. Inhale, open. Exhale, don't let it come in too quick. Where's that control? Inhale. Good. Watch the spring on the return. Watch how much I'm loading into my arms. Inhale, open. Exhale, slow, slow, slow to park. There's lots of thinking here. I'm trying to stay in neutral. I'm trying not to move the stationary leg. And I'm trying to resist against tension and also resist against the return, the spring back. Our left leg's going to be our last one. I can see how the legs start to get fatigued here. Good. And then bring it back in. Good. Knees to chest. If you have the band, just leave it. It's going to be all fine. A gentle stretch into the lower back and a gentle massage into our bellies. When we come back out of this, our knees are going to just sit here and stack over the hips. I want you to think smiley face. Legs shift out towards the right. Feet start to elevate so I can now see my toenails. And you're going to do this nice big smile for me. I see them out there to my left now. Scoop down, around and out. And we've found them out there towards our right. Big smile out towards our left. The idea of using the legs in this capacity is that we're trying to deepen the work here out through this side abdominal muscles. So particularly that's going to happen as they get that last range out to the side. Core has to work, so that's stopping these legs from coming into my chest and keeping everything in neutral. Big smile and lift. Drop down and smile. See if we can get two more out. To the right. Look at those toes. To the left. One more each way. Right, left. Good. Left side. Out, around. Perfect. Park them. Keep them glued together. Inhale. Legs go out towards our left. Spine twist. Use your right side to bring it back. Your right rib cage pulls back to the mat. Then your waist, then your hips, and we stop and we park it. We go out to the right, doing exactly the same. Okay, so we find that point where we stop and we pull back with our opposite side. So get that rib, waist, and hips back to center, and we're good to go the other side. So floating those legs left to right without trying to use momentum. Huge thing here that can happen. There's this temptation here when we get tired to just start to go on autopilot, and we can't. We've really got to engage the belly here and make it work. It's a super lazy muscle, and when we don't work them, then they have the capacity. We call them, they just switch off. They just sort of go on their own little merry little holiday. And they don't invite us, they just go. Right, ribs, waist, hips. So therefore, if they go on a holiday, it's everybody else that's left behind that has to hold it all together, hold the party together. So therefore it's the back, usually. Back overrides, back's pretty strong. Back decides you're going to do something because the belly's not doing anything. Let's make our right side our last one. Pull, pull, pull. Waists are done. If you've got a band, we get to undo it. Otherwise, you might just bring your knees into your chest. We are going to need this band if you have it. If not, you're just going to use your hands and pop it behind the back of our hips, the chest lift. So we've done this one where we run the band lengthways down the back, but I'm going to try something a bit different. I'm going to bring that. We're going to cradle the head like it's in a what do we call it? Yeah, like a cradle, like a sling, like a hammock. I don't even know why I thought of this. Well, I do, because I saw this ad I must have been a Facebook ad, and it was about how people have been getting all of this tension out of their neck by having this sort of, it looks like this is a mechanism that looks like this, and it sort of hangs off something behind, and it gives it basically works on traction. So I thought to myself, well, you know what, I can do that too. And you can see how, so the head just can cradle or rest, and then we just do this curl forward. There you go, you didn't have to pay all that money to have one of those little head cradles. Now you can do it with a band. But it is nice to get the idea of where this band is, because you can feel how, we don't have to use our shoulders, we don't have to jam up the shoulders, and we don't poke the neck forward. The head basically knows that it's just been gently cradled, and then it's going to be okay. So therefore the neck muscles can soften, which means that then the belly can do all the work. Simple. However, if you don't have your band, that's okay. You can still put your hands behind your head. Good. We'll get another 4 of these out. Up for 3. 2. And we finish it off. And 1. Good. Remove the band, pop the hand on the floor. If you have the band, keep it. If not, that's okay. You're going to leave your hands behind the back of your head. This will be an opposite arm to leg. So for example, if you've got hands behind your head, it'll just be your left hand behind your head and your right arm will go up in the air. The right hand comes to the outside of the leg. If we've got bands, it pulls apart. Rest on the inhale, split, exhale. Back to center, breathe it in. Exhale, split. Inhale, center. If you've got a band, you'll notice that as you pull the band apart, there starts to be some work in the arms, particularly in this back arm. Oh, those people, they're getting in trouble again. They're congregating. I don't know if you can hear. I don't know if it picks it up. Poor little sort of lifesavers have to be little mini policemen. Tell everyone. This is what happens when the sun comes out. See, we all think we can go to the beach and congregate. Not just yet. One more each side. And off to the other side. Awesome. So there's your little sort of mini hula, your twist that happens, and it uses the obliques here. Band can go, and let's bring knees to chest. We'll use that as our mechanism to roll us up to sit. If that works, if it doesn't, that's okay. You can roll over to your side for me. When we come up to sit, we're going to leave these feet just here, hip distance apart. Feel free. This is part of our rollbacks. Feel free if you need to give yourself some help or some support. You're welcome to pop these hands here underneath the back for legs. If not, good for hands at chest or fingertips at temples. Again, just watch out that we don't do this little pokey number here with this chin. Chins always need to be sort of tucked in. If you've ever been to the physio and you've had some neck issues and they'll say, you know what, often your neck muscles aren't strong enough because you've got this thing happening. So they'll give you that little chin tuck kind of exercise. That's to strengthen up these guys here. Chins need to be tucked into the body. 3 stages down, 3 stages back up. So if we think of little increments, little 3-part increments. Exhale for your first third. Hold it there, inhale. Exhale, your second. Hold it there. Here's your third one. Hold it there, keep your foot in the floor. You're not coming up in 1 movement, you're coming up in 3. So here we go. 3, hold. 2, hold. Here's your last one. That should get you up. 1 and lengthen. Down for 3. Exhale. 1/3. Hold it. Second third. Hold it. Next one. Hold it. Watch those feet. Inhale. Watch these legs. Yeah? Exhale. Come up. 1. 2. Here we go. Last one. 3. and lengthen. Down for 3, round the back, scoop out the belly, get some help here in that core. Second stage, third stage, up for slow. Slow, slow, slow and lengthen. Let's see if we can get 2 more of these out. Down we go. Park the brakes. Soften the legs, yeah? Really careful that we don't not gripping into these hip flexors. Park it. Up for 3, 2, 1, and straight. Last round. Exhale. And again. And again. Hold it. Good. Up we go. 3, 2, 1, and straight. Okay. Genie arms. Down for 3, 2, 1. At this stage, arms over. Yep. Up for 3. Keep them above the head. 3, 2, 1, and here. Down 3. Yep. There's your second set. Here's your last stage. Over go those arms. Hold them there. Come up for the 3, for the 2, for the 1, and straighten. Let's get 2 more rounds of this out. Down for 3. It's always a little harder. Notice the difference when we float those arms over. Keep them over. 3, 2, 1. Here's our last round. Yep. Okay, park it. Tight, 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 tight. Keep it tight. Yes. And we're there. Nice one. That's how that extra little floaty of the arms. Definitely. If you have a band, grab it. If not, use your ball. Band people, we're going to try and tie this up into a little knot. She says, easier said than done. Maybe in a little circle this way, outside your arms. I want you to think we're going to do this, pulling the arms out. So make yourself a little circle. And then, if you've got your ball, it will be really different. Oh, it'll be between your arms. Okay, and you're going to press. All people are pressing. Theraband people, we're pulling apart. We've done this, I think I've done this one before with us, where we hinge back and we pull and we release. And we keep that hinge and we pull and release. Keep going. If you didn't, I can even get you to imagine that you're pulling out against tension. Out against tension. Out against tension. It's the same idea. If you're doing it with intention, same thing. Bring these down right near your elbows. Let's get 5. Good. Hold that belly strong. 4. The further back you are, the harder you have to work. 3. Hang in there. We've got 2. And 1. Good. And curl it all the way back up. All right. There goes your little pec deck number. You can leave it. We'll probably have to end up fixing it in a second. Straight spine. And we want to hinge back in this one. Arms can either reach out in front. I should probably put it here at the chest, because I'll tell you why. Let's go hinging, inhale. Pull it back up, exhale. Very different to the rollbacks. It's done with a straight back. Okay, so I'm going to be more inclined to want to use my thighs. I can see this line on my thigh already, contracting, which is fine. And then what we'll do is add this little twisting number. So as we come back, can we rotate? Can we rotate? Can we come back to center and come up to straight? So it could be fingertips to temple, rotate, rotate, up we left. Hinge it, twist it, center, twist it, center, lift it, pull back, hinge. Each side, square it up. Each side, square it up to straighten it up. Let's get 3 more of these out. Twist, square, twist, square, sit, hinge. Use that belly so you're not using your legs. And control. Last set. Get nice soft quads, yeah? Alright, up, 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 pull, 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 pull to step. Long legs. I promise you I'll give these guys a stretch in a second. What I'm going to call half roll downs, which means we're not going to come right down to the floor. Glue these legs together. Reach the arms down in front, exhale, round the back. Come down, park halfway, inhale. Okay, without trying to throw up through these arms, exhale, pull tight. Yep. And we're up. Exhale, round the back. Drop chin to chest, so you've got that scooping out of the belly. Get ready to squeeze the inner thighs together, park, hold it. We're up, squeezing to sit. So the idea of squeezing into the inner thighs gives us this like a really nice firm foundation down the bottom. Squeeze on the inner thighs, you use the pelvic floor. Up we lift and sit. We've got 5 more. Control on the way down. Park it where you want to. Get deep in the core on the exhale. We have 4. Slow. Hold it. Dig a little deeper. Ooh. Awesome. Let's get 2 more out. Don't forget about these inner legs. They're squeezing in. They're squeezing in to bring us up. Yep. Make this one your last one. I know. Even these arms in my arms get heavy and tight. Hold it. Yep. Pull tight, so nothing else has to help. Yeah. And we're done. Alrighty. Get ready to use that same concept of rolling down, but go right down to the ground. Alrighty. We're back to the mat. Arms by your sides. Walk those legs in. Okay. Remember when we get back onto the mat? Gentle little check-in. What's going on? Are we neutral? If we are, good. This is going to lead us to our series of hundreds. Okay, first one will be just a nice easy peasy one, bent legs. Remember though that as we float the legs, we don't press that back into the floor, and we want to glue again. Okay, that same idea as with your roll ups. We've got this inner thigh connection and they're pulling inwards. Shin runs parallel to the roof, and when you're ready on the breath out, we are up into some bent-legged hundreds. Breathe in and out. 2 and out. 3 and out. 4 and out. 5 and out. 6 and out. 7 out. 8 and out. 9 and out. 10. Breathe out. Take your rest. And we have a little breather. So it's a nice way to start the bent legs. Then it leads us to the straight legs, the traditional hundreds. The traditional Joseph Pilates hundreds. I don't think there'd ever be a Pilates class that you would never do some concept of hundreds. Because so even though we had these here, you can still do hundreds like this. Okay, well, all we're doing is each stage getting the feet and the legs higher and higher, challenging the stability of the core. So if we had someone that was very new to Pilates and might have even been in rehab, okay, this is where we probably start them, down here. And probably not even with your head up, okay, so you know that you've got lots of options in terms of that. How about we try the full thing? Legs together. Off we go. Hundreds. Glue them inner thighs and we pump, breathing in and out. 2 and out. 3 and out. 4 and out. 5 out. 6 and out. Almost there. 7 and out. 8 and out. Put the head on the floor if you're saying pull through that neck. Yep. 9. Don't feel like you have to stay up. Last little block. 10. Hang in there. Oh, and you're done. And now we get to have a stretch. So you've got choices via the circle, whatever you can get your hands onto, or your strap, band. And we get to give these little leggings a bit of a break here. just give it a few seconds here, just so that we don't want to rush it. We want to really give the hamstrings that opportunity to loosen up. So particularly when we go into those leg circles. Often when we get fatigued, because say the hamstrings can be tight, when you're doing leg circles, the leg will just shake. Good, switch those legs over. So if you're with me today on this Wednesday, it's pretty glorious out there. I can see blue sky, see a little bit of cloud, but it's nice and sunny. I think it might be the last hurrah. We're so close to May. So Wednesday, Friday is May. Alrighty, so this means both left, both right hamstrings have had this nice little opening up, a little bit more than say when we normally would do, just from that ball release. Step out, we won't need the circle for our leg circles. If we return the left leg down to the floor, the work or the effort's going to be in this left leg. And as I say, yes, we're doing leg circles, I want you to change your, I guess, your thinking to a figure 8 that's lying on its side. So like a racing track. Keeping our left leg anchored and drawing the 8 as though it's the same, on the left side as it is on the right side, so not going out too far on one side and on the other. Again, what I'm feeling here, or what I'm trying to feel, is any movement that may well be going on in my pelvis. Is it trying to roll to the left or to the right, or can I keep it nice and relatively still? When you get to a part of that 8 that you're happy to reverse or back on up, off we go. Change that number 8 and reverse it. We've got two number 8s. Here's your last one. Get back into the center. Down you go. Reach it out. Stretch it out. Lengthen the leg long. Get yourself out of that right hip flexor. We'll give them a stretch in a sec. Up goes the left, anchor down through the right. Okay. Think of your figure 8, how you want to draw it, and off you go. Check out those arms. Make sure that we're not trying to push down through those arms. So soft arms for me here, relax those arms. Nice and smooth, number 8. All the way. Good. Get ready to back it up. Anytime that you're ready, off we go, we reverse. Keeping still in the hips and the pelvis. Good, we've got 4 more. You have 3. Here's your last one. Good, bring it back into the center. Good, lengthen the leg long, trying to pull it out. Reach it out, and let it go down. Good. If you have a ball, let's bring it, and if not, maybe you have something like, say, this bolster or something along those lines, or blocks where you just want to bring your pelvis into elevation. Reach your left leg long, and bring your right knee in. See if we can open up that little channel there, that hip joint. Change the legs. Along with the leg on the floor, press it down towards the floor. We've got that space, that's why we elevate the pelvis, so we've got this space to be able to drop into, so that we can open up through the right hip. when those both feet go back down and meet us there into the floor, we get to lift up, and then we ease that spine back down, and we drop into the mat. We can let that little water pop off to the side. As we move into, we call this coordination. It's a bit of a combo that comes from, I guess, from your hundreds position. It'll start with us bringing arms up towards the ceiling so that we are in that slight hundred start position. When the legs one at a time then just come up off our mat and we glue the legs together. Your choice whether or not you leave your head down or up. It pulls into a hundreds position on the exhale. Leave it here, open your right leg away from your left leg and then pull it back in. Do the same with your left, pulling away from your right and bring it back in. And then you finish it where you started it. Curl up on your breath out. Hold the hundreds, open the right leg and then close it. Open the left leg and close it, and then come back down. Exhale on the left. Single leg opens whilst the other tries to stay very, very still, and back down. If we get a little tired in the bent legs, you could do this as, and if you think about it, the single leg, this is hip openers. It's just an advanced version to unfold the legs. So open and close for an easier version on the bent legs. Long hundreds legs, much more challenging. We're going to see if we can get another 3. 2. We'll make this one our last one. Bring knees to chest. One was used to rest. And then the second aspect of this is for us to start to work. I want you to think about, if we were to rock up, can we rock up and leave our feet just hovering above floor line? Don't worry if it doesn't work for you, but if we can, we've got this rock and hold. So we want to rock, hold, balance. And if you haven't got that balance, it's okay, we'll find it. And we just want to try and keep these feet perhaps off the floor if possible. For some, that might be, you might think, you know what, this is a super duper challenge just to try and keep myself into here. If we could go a little further, maybe we go underneath the feet and we hold. I'm going to call this a half boat. It pretty much comes from a yoga practice with long legs as boat pose. You might be holding onto the legs, or you might think, you know what, I've got my core switched on a bit more now, I can lighten the hold that I might have. There are people that might think, you know what, it's okay, I can let it go. Tap one foot down to the floor and bring it back up. I could be doing this with my hands behind the back of the legs as well, giving me as much support as I might need to. So it's like a little toe tap and then it bounces back up. Toe tap and then it bounces back up to square. So you can see my shins are trying to stay parallel to the roof to work a little harder. With that little bounce, and the knees are pinning together. So my inner thighs are drawing in. That's got that pelvic floor happening. If we go for 4 more taps. We've done our half boat tap, and 3, tap, 2, tap, 1 more in each, tight thumbs, yeah, and down. Rest forward to knees, that's your breather. And then you might grab your band for me. If you don't have a band, use a ball. We'll take ourselves into spine stretch, where we do a little arm number here. If you can get your band under. Alrighty, business. Alright. Band in the hand. Shoulders are down away from the ears. I'm sitting onto that crest, the top of the sit bones. Arms up, shoulders down, belly in, exhale, dive forward. Alrighty, we want to inhale on the way up. 2 pulses here. Exhale, exhale. Inhale, round back. Go up to sit. Dive over, exhale. Inhale, arms go up. Pulse back, hold it, curl back over and curl back up. Up and over. Arms up, 2 pulls back, pull back, hold the pull back. curl them back over, up to sit. Over, lift and lengthen the spine, shoulders down that back, pull back, 2, hold it, curl over, sit up. Let's get 2 more out. Exhale, open those arms, slide the shoulder blades down the back, pull back, 1, 2, hold it. Excellent, over and up. Last set the same way, over, shoulder blades down the back, pull back, 1, 2, hold it, and hold, keep holding. Watch that you don't hold your breath. Slide the shoulders a little further down the back. If you've got the band, let's keep pulling against the tension in the band. I'm going to count us out of it. Ready? We have 10, 9, 8, shoulders a little stronger, 7, 6, 5, hang in there, 4, 3, 2, 1, dive it over, there's your rest. Sit on up, legs together, band around the legs. Again, if we don't have the band, just bring the ball in between your hands. This is for us to twist. Yep. Twist to your left, twist to your right. Why I like the band around the feet is that we're less likely to pull the legs back behind each other. So therefore we're less likely to try and twist through our hips. We're much more likely to rotate through the thoracic. So if you can think of that for me, it's like the rib cage is twisting around. And the ribs pull around to the side, and then we square up, twist around to the side, we square up. If you have a band, the beauty about that is that you can see we're getting some bicep work in as well, so we're killing 2 birds with the one. Twist, twist, square, and twist, twist, and square. And we've got 4 more. I'm going to use that waist and all those upper abdominal muscles up through this upper rib cage. Good, got 1 more each way. And last one. Should be around to that right hand side. Square shoulders, relax that band. And we're going to come and lie over on our sides. We've got some little bit of glute work to do. We're going to find our way into clams. So clams is, again, all about us keeping these hips back stacked into neutral. Okay, you know that we do that by making sure that my knees are aligned. So in other words, my top leg hasn't sort of pulled back behind my bottom leg. And if I was butted up against a wall, this back of my pelvis would literally be sort of flush with, say, the wall of my feet would also be flush with the wall. Okay, so the soles of my feet are in line with the back of my pelvis. We'll go into, we call this one clams number 1. It just opens and closes. I want you to squeeze your heel together. So at this stage, our heels don't pull apart, and there's this very micro movement, and we're addressing the glutes on this top leg. And in knowing that, maybe if you know what, I could work stronger in this, not up to you, but you might squeeze at that top angle, that top phase, and let it relax on the way down. So open, squeeze into the glutes, relax on the way down. Open, squeeze at that top phase, yeah. Relax back down. So I'm not sure if you've noticed, and I'm pretty sure that some of you have, because you've said that you've commented to me, but every single one of the Pilates classes on our timetable, so this morning 9:30, tomorrow night 6:15, and Saturday morning 8 o'clock, every class is different. Okay, not like in the studio where if I, for say week 3, it's the same class, no matter if you came to the Thursday or Friday or the Saturday. So the reason for every class being different is it's going to give you more of an opportunity to jump into any one, but they'll all be pitched at the same kind of level. So you can do lots of different classes. And the reason why in the studio we do it the same for the whole of the week. Let's try this one, number 2. And what happens is it goes into a hover. Okay, so my legs are literally off each other and the same action happens. It's a little bit stronger. Is that if you couldn't come to, say, your Wednesday morning class, or you couldn't come to your Thursday night class, then you could still do it on a Saturday or a Friday morning and you wouldn't have missed, so to speak, that class. Whereas here, you just go to the recording. You think, oh, I missed my Wednesday morning class. I like doing Wednesdays, whatever it might be. It doesn't matter what one you did. It will be different. Awesome, we've got 4. You probably start to feel this kick in soon. 3, 2, and 1, and close those knees back together. Alrighty, so let's, you know what, let's go along with these legs. Because we've done a lot of adductor work, like real conscious adductor work. Bring your top leg, this is a bit of a stretch too, and jump it over the bottom leg. This is all about your underside leg. And to get more inner thigh work, you want to turn the foot upwards towards the ceiling, and then off you go, up and down. This guy gets a rest. It could be, some people have it low, some people open it up. It's whatever feels comfortable for that hip here. But very intentionally, we're activating that inner leg here. Awesome. Let's get 5, 4, 3, 2. Voila. Inner thighs done. Outer glutes done. Switch it. We have a couple of seconds to finish clams. 1, 2. Ooh, and then our adductor work. Get ready, open and close. Stack those knees. Give it a little squeeze at that top phase if you wish. Let's get 3 of these out. Number 2. And then if you want to go into that clamps number 2, hover the legs above, open and close, open and close. Again, feeling how it's this lateral side of the hip, okay, that glute muscle that sort of folds around the glute med and sort of folds around from here, comes around towards the bottom because there's 3 glute muscles. Glute max, obviously the maximum, the biggest one, the bigger power one. Glute med, and then glute minimus, the smallest of them all. 2. And 1, good, close, long leg, short leg. Alrighty, here we go. We're on the home stretch now. Remember that foot turns up, just what it does is it just asks the inner thigh to do some more work and sort of activates, reminds it to switch on more, so it doesn't become too much about the whole leg, but more about the inner leg muscles. Let's get 5 of these, 4, then we can get to have a nice stretch. 3, 2, and 1, nice. Okay, so keep that leg where it is. If you roll over onto your back, so it should be easy to do this ankle at knee. So you can see how it was almost a partial glute stretch. This one's obviously a little bit stronger. Yeah, so we have Pilates again on tomorrow night, Thursday night. Almost done, April. Almost can tick that one off, rip that page out of the book. Change legs. Certainly probably wasn't the April people thought they were going to have. Very different. Pulling the leg in towards us, letting the knee open, letting that right hip open. Allowing then the knees to just pull back into your belly. Perhaps a rock here. We might do some little massage of that back. There's your hour of power. Hopefully you've got lots of other things to entertain you for today. Always something to Oh, I think to myself, oh, I've got so much time today. Not. Needs to just come up to sit. The days just escape me. Around and then up we go. Take your time on that back end. Great. So let's go one more of our roll downs. We've got chin to chest. We have soft knees. Let everything be loose and hang, just so that we don't hold on to anything. This is our chance to just release and let go. Remember at the bottom, a really soft, gentle nod, head forward and back. Let it rest into the center. Just that very gentle side to side. Perfect. As the head stops there and it rests into the center, you can take a full deep breath in. As we curl up, think of your tailbone pulling down to the floor, okay, and that's the mechanism that rolls you up. Tailbone keep pulling down. You can see what it's doing. It's scooping out that belly. We'll stack. And then our shoulders are stacked above. And you are done. Awesome. Well done, everyone. I think we're in like 4 weeks of doing some Pilates. So a lot of you have got a lot of Pilates under your belt, but even if you don't have much experience of your Pilates under your belt, there's always modifications, and even some days we don't always feel like we want to do the full load, and that's okay. You know, there's always modifications. Don't ever feel like just because you're modifying something means that it's going to be of any less value or any less quality. Okay, what I'd rather see is modifications and really engaging that core rather than the arms going everywhere or legs going everywhere, showing me that there isn't any control. So awesome, awesome, awesome. Have a beautiful day. I see some people signing off for me, which is Miss Danielle. Have a fantastic Wednesday all, and I will see you Thursday if you're going to come join me. Yasmina was with me this morning, which was beautiful. Awesome. Have a great day.